Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the request data action to display data to someone in your organization or outside of your organization, as also capture some information. It can be used as a form of assigning a task to get approval or just to visualize information and get confirmation. Request data gives you a lot more flexibility over the assigned task action, which we went through in another video. And also it enables you to design a form and visualize data through that form. We've got another video, as I mentioned, which goes into more details about assigned task. I leave a link to that video in the comment. But in today's video, we're going to focus on request data. As I mentioned, request data gives you a lot more flexibility. Here you can create a task form and then you can decide how you want to notify the recipients of the task form and how you want to send reminder and what you want to do when the task expires. For our scenario, our flow starts when someone uploads a file to this drop folder and we want to assign a task to someone and get approval, and based on the approval either move it to the approved documents or rejected document folder. Now let's go and start configuring the request data. Let's bring up the configuration pane. First thing, you can configure recipients. You can type it in or you can select it from the token picker. In our case, I'm going to type it in. I'm going to assign it to the same person so we can, for the demo purpose, so we can easily show you. 3.demo.zenphi.com, and I can click on this button to start designing a task form. This is the form which is going to get sent to the recipient of the task. So let's give the form a title. We're going to say um, approval for documents, and I'm going to put the document name here. You've got access to all the information here. Let's add another field. I'm gonna display also the document owner. Say or uploaded by, and then the value is gonna be the document owner. So the owner is gonna come in as a collection. Just leave it as it is. But in the flow, we can also extract one owner from that connection and display it here. I'm gonna add two more fields to capture the decision. I'm gonna call this outcome. Outcome, we can call it anything that we want. So the idea is we want to say what is the desired outcome. Is it approve or reject? Also, I'll add another field called comments, and I make it paragraph and not required. Now, please note that you can add more field types. If you need to allow users to upload files, you can also add file upload here, or you can have different field types here. You can also set the default values of these fields as well. So for this demo, we don't need the file type. I'm happy with what we've got. We're going to close this. And now that we have designed the form, we can also configure reminders here. So you can add as many reminders as you like, and configure them accordingly. You can say send if you haven't received a response from the task for the task, send the reminder after 1 hour, and even after subsequent 1 hour, if you have not received or the response, or we can say after 2 hours, um, send another reminder. You can add more if you like to, but we leave it at 2. Also, you can enable expiry, saying that the task expires after, say, 5 days. If you haven't received a response from there, you expire the task. What it means, it's going to go through this branch, and whatever logic we define here is going to get executed. Okay. That's pretty good. Now let's go and start configuring how we want to notify the recipient. By default, it goes to the configured Gmail account and send them an email. So we've configured this email account, goes to the recipient. You can add CC or BCC if you like to, and configure a few more things. Also, you can dynamically configure the subject. I say approval for document, and I put the file name there, and I just change this saying that the uh, the attached document was uploaded. Please review and approve or reject accordingly. Um, accordingly using the following link. So this is a link to the form. So this link is going to show up in the email, and user can click on it and view the information. And one last thing I want to do, I'm going to attach the document to the email as well. So I select the payload, it shows up here. That's pretty much it. And the same thing I can do for the reminder. By default, every time the reminder kicks in, it sends an email. We can change this to a different way. You can say, instead of sending an email, you can say, go and send a text message saying that, instead of sending an email, go and say, please use the following link to approve or reject. And then we can change it to reminder number. If I come here, expand this one, I can see which reminder number we are at, reminder number 1, 2, or 3. And then here at the end, also I can put the link to the form. That is the form URL. I can put it in there. Or what I can do as well, I can come here and add an if condition saying that if it's a first reminder, say first reminder, and let's configure it. I'm going to say if request data dot reminder count equals to 1, that means that's the first reminder we're saying. You know what? For the first reminder, go and send an email, and for any further reminders, second, third, and fourth, and so on, send a text message. And we could do the same similar things in here. We could, instead of sending an expiry task, we could send it to someone else, escalate it to someone else, get the assignees manager and escalate it to the manager. For our demo, I'm just gonna leave it as is and just making sure everything's configured here. I leave them as a default value. Okay, and then one final piece I want to do, when you get a response from this, that means you come out of this boundary. I'm going to put another if condition there, and I'm going to take an action based on the outcome value selected there. Approve. So go here and say if request data, and see all the fields we have added, they show up here. If request data, the outcome equals to approve, goes to the approve bench. And in that case, I want to move the file to the approve folder. Which file we want to move? The file which got uploaded. Select it from here. And which folder we want to move it to? We want to move it to the approve folder. Approve documents. And let me copy this, paste it here, and when it's rejected, we want to move the file to the rejected documents. Templates, and move it to the rejected documents. Okay, let's review it one more time. So a file gets uploaded, then we send a task form to an employee to approve or reject it. And then if it's approved, we move it to the approve folder, and if it's rejected, we move it to the rejected folder. So let me move to the rejected folder, move to the approved folder. That's pretty much it. Again, as a reminder, you can assign these tasks to internal employees as well as external people working with you. Let's publish the flow. Just before running a test, I want to go and update the form to display the publisher name. So for that, I'm gonna drag and drop a query collection action. And here I'm gonna go say, go and get the owners of this document and give me the first item. I'm gonna say get doc owner. Let's go back to the form, and here instead of displaying the whole owners, I'm gonna display the doc owner, just the display name. That's pretty much it. Now let's go and test it. Let me go here and upload a file into this folder. As soon as the file gets uploaded, a new instance of the flow should get executed, and this user should receive an email about the task. So this is a task email the user has received. As you can see, it's got the file name in the title because we designed it like that, and there's the file is actually attached to the email, and also there's a link here to display the data we wanted to display and also get an outcome. So we configure the title to be like this and uploaded by Audrey Clarkson. And I'm gonna set the approval outcome to approve and say it looks good. Submit. And when I submit the file, because I selected approve, this file should get moved to this folder, and it's already done. Just let's run another test. This one I'm gonna reject the file, upload. So I'm gonna use this one. Let's go back to the inbox. Let me archive this. The email has already come through. Let's go, and this time I'm gonna say reject. Please rectify the issues and resubmit. Submit, and it should get moved to this folder, and it's already done. Go back here. As you can see, request data action gives you a lot more flexibility than assign task action. Assign task is really good for quick approvals where you want to display a little bit of information and get approvals. You can use request data to display information, uh, allow the participant to update the information, and also communicate with them through different channels other than email. Here, just email. You may want to send them through Slack. You may want to send them a text message, as I mentioned. It's totally up to you. Well, I hope this video has helped you understand a bit more about different ways of assigning a task and bringing human to your processes in Zenphi. Uh, Please share your suggestions, comments, and feedback with us on feedback.zenphi.com or write to us at support@zenphi.com. Thank you very much.